How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in another video. Of course, another week NFL football upon us, which means it's time for the NFL Week 5 picks. So, of course, we're now officially into the second quarter of the NFL season. We're officially a quarter through the 2025 season. Now we enter quarter 2 of the season. And, of course, last week with my picks, I went 9-6-1 with my picks, with that one being that tie between Green Bay and Dallas. So my record for 2025-2026 now goes to 38-25-1. And of course, this week is the start of the bye weeks, as we have 4 teams on the bye this week, and those 4 being the Atlanta Falcons, the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And honestly, it's good Green Bay's on the bye this week after what I watched on Sunday night when they tied Dallas. Especially with that horrible clock management that the Green Bay had in overtime. Like, seriously, why the fuck are you kicking a goddamn field goal in overtime for a tie? Like, a tie's a loss. Just go for the win, damn it. And yeah, Packer fans, you can bitch all you want about ties in football. It doesn't change the fact that Matt LaFleur can't manage a game clock when it matters the most. Like, honestly, it's not the league's fault you couldn't manage that time well in overtime. You had chances, you didn't take advantage of it. But I'll be honest, though, NFL should increase the length of overtime periods if we're going to give both teams the ball at least once in overtime. And honestly, it should be 15 minutes instead of 10. I'll always agree with Packer fans on that. But yeah, with the way Matt LaFleur botched the game clock throughout that overtime period, that right there is the reason why Green Bay will never win a Super Bowl with Matt LaFleur as their coach. Because Matt LaFleur cannot manage a game clock well, and makes horrible decisions when it matters. But anyway, with all that said, let's now get to the games this week. Starting off, we have our Thursday night game. San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams playing in Los Angeles at SoFi. Game will most likely be overrun by 49er fans. Or maybe not, since Brock Purdy got injured again, as he's out with a toe injury along with a couple other players like Jawan Jennings. But yeah, the Niners are once again getting injured to hell and back. Already bad enough that they lost Nick Bosa the rest of the season after Nick tore his ACL. Like, just this Niners team cannot stay healthy for whatever reason. I mean, I would have probably picked the 49ers to win if Brock Purdy was playing, but with Purdy out and Mac Jones in, yeah, no. This one, it's going to be the Rams. I got the Rams winning this one at home. Give me the Rams over the 49ers in that one. Now to our next game. We have the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns doing battle in London. Yes, this is our first London game of the year. So yeah, the Vikings play back-to-back international games, because last week they played against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Ireland, and this week they get to play the Cleveland Browns in London. I don't know what the hell England did to piss the United States off, but making the British people watch the Cleveland Browns play has got to be a fate worse than death. Like, Jesus, what the fuck did England do to piss Donald Trump and the U.S. off so much to have Trump send the Browns over? Jesus fuck. And also, speaking of the Browns, Joe Flacco is out. Dylan Gabriel is in at quarterback. Not 100% sure if J.J. McCarthy's playing for the Vikings or not, but I think it's going to be Carson Wentz. So with that said, I'm going to take the Vikings to win this one against Cleveland. I think Minnesota is going to bounce back after a couple rough weeks, especially a rough loss to Pittsburgh. In Ireland, I think Minnesota bounces back. Plus, they don't have that much jet lag traveling from Ireland to England, so they'll have a clear advantage over Cleveland. So I'm going to take Minnesota to win this one in London. Give me the Vikings over the Browns in London. And to our next game. Now, this next game, this was a game I thought was going to be must-watch between 2 previous division winners last year. But so far, these 2 teams have been so disappointing that they've both now been relegated early in the season to a fate worse than death. Tank Bowl! Yeah, this is the most unlikely tank ball matchup I think I've ever come across. Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens playing in Baltimore. Yeah, both teams, honestly, I think there was a lot more hype for both teams. Like, I don't think anybody anticipated both these teams competing in the goddamn Tank Bowl this year. But both teams have been so disappointing early this season at 1-3 that they've been relegated to this fate. And of course, Houston, they've just been disappointing, plus CJ Stroud regression. And Baltimore, well, Baltimore has no defense, and Lamar got banged up. Which, that sucks for Lamar. So now there's questions if Lamar even plays or not. I don't know if he plays or not. I mean, if Lamar plays, I think Baltimore wins, but I'm going to go on the lean and say that he's not going to play. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans to get this win. I think Houston gets some momentum after they knocked off Tennessee last week. So I got the Texans getting this one on the road. So I got Houston beating Baltimore in this one. It's a tough matchup here. We're going to see whoever falls to 1-4 is screwed this year and their season's done. Like, it's a must-win game for both teams. And now to our next game. It's time to prepare yourselves for another Tank Bowl, and it's a real one this time. So this Tank Bowl matchup will see the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers doing battle in Carolina at Bank of America Stadium, a stadium that's hosted plenty of Tank Bowls in the past. Carolina's here because, well, they just don't know how to do anything right. Plus Bryce Young regression, and Miami's just a massive shit show right now. And even though Miami got their first win last week on Monday night against the Jets, it came at a cost. That cost Tyreek Hill. And honestly, that was a nasty injury Tyreek had. Like, that knee is fucked. His knee is fucked. Like, it was pointing the other goddamn direction. It was like, Jesus, fuck. All I say is to anybody that watched that game, I hope you weren't eating when you saw Tyreek's knee, because yeesh. I do send my prayers to him, wish him a speedy recovery, but yeah. And here's the sad part about Tyreek's injury. That was most likely his last game in a Dolphins uniform. Because Tyreek's going to be out all for 2025 because he has multiple torn ligaments in that knee. It's dislocated ACL, MCL, meniscus. Everything in that knee is fucked. And his status for 2026 is in the air. Like, honestly, there's a decent possibility where that knee injury Tyreek suffered, that might have been a career-ending injury. It's that bad. Like, it did not look good. And plus, Tyreek's only on the books for Miami until after 2026. After 2026, he's a free agent. So I think Monday night, that was Tyreek's last game in a Dolphins uniform, which that sucks for him. Honestly, wished he could have gone out better than what he did. But yeah, what a shame. But yeah, hopefully that wasn't a career-ending injury for Tyreek. But yeah, that did look bad, though. In terms of this game, though, yeah, I think people are going to realize how bad the Dolphins are without Tyreek Hill. Like, Tua is going to turn the ball over a lot. Just the Dolphins are completely useless. I'm going to take Carolina to win this game at home. Give me the Panthers at home over the Dolphins in this Tank Bowl. Give me Carolina in this one. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders, Indianapolis Colts playing in Indianapolis. Yeah, I got the Colts winning this one. I think the Colts get back on track after they lost last week in LA. I got the Colts bouncing back, and I think they get this one. So give me the Colts over the Raiders in this one. And for our next game, you thought we had enough Tank Bowls yet? Well, guess what? We have another one this week. So this Tank Bowl matchup will see the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints doing battle in New Orleans. As Mercedes-Benz, the Caesars Superdome now. I keep forgetting it's no longer the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. My bad. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Mercedes-Benz Superdome when Caesars took over the sponsorship for it a couple years ago. Fucking weird. But yeah, the Superdome will be officially a host of plenty tank bowls this season. But yeah, in terms of this one between the Giants and the Saints, well, Jets, the Giants looked a lot better with Jackson Dart compared to what they had with Russell Wilson, because Russ was so overcooked. And the Saints are just a walking mess right now. They haven't even won a game yet. I have the Giants winning this one on the road. I think the Giants are getting some momentum with Jackson Dart. And I think this part of the schedule Giants got coming up will be a little bit easier for him. They got a couple favorable matchups, so I have the Giants winning this one. So give me the Giants on the road against New Orleans in this one. Next game, Dallas Cowboys, New York Jets playing in New York at MetLife. Well, Dallas knows a lot of playing at MetLife Stadium up in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Jets just can't seem to catch a break with Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn's honestly going through the same things that the Lions went through with Dan Campbell. In order to win, they got to figure out how to win games first, it's just growing pains for sure. But I do think the Jets will get it turned around. They will win some games this year. They just got to keep trusting the process. I don't think the win comes this week. I think Dallas is going to want to bounce back after that tie on Sunday Night Football against Green Bay. The first time in that Packers-Cowboys rivalry that there was a game that ended in a tie. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I got the Cowboys bouncing back this week. Give me Dallas on the road in New York against the Jets in this one. Give me the Cowboys in that one. Next game, Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles playing in Philadelphia. Yeah, I got the Eagles in that one. That's a no-brainer. Denver will put up a fight, but Philadelphia is going to be too much to handle. The question is, though, can Philadelphia actually play a full 60 minutes? Because the last 2 weeks, Philadelphia had a bad first half against the Rams, a good second half. And last week, the Eagles had a good first half against... Who did they play last week? I'm going to check the schedule. Oh, yeah, they played Tampa Bay last week. Yeah, Philadelphia had a good first half against Tampa Bay, but a terrible second half and barely squeaked by to beat the Bucs. But yeah, I think Philadelphia will win, but Denver will keep it close. All depends on if Philadelphia can play 60 minutes or not. Next game, Tennessee Titans, Arizona Cardinals playing in Arizona. Yeah, I got the Cardinals in that one. Titans are going through a lot of growing pains with Cam Ward. Yeah, give me the Cardinals in that one. I think Arizona takes advantage of a bad opponent and they stay in the race. Give me Arizona in that one. Next game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seattle Seahawks playing in Seattle. Yeah, I got the Buccaneers in that one. I got Tampa Bay winning on the road. Tampa Bay's going to want to bounce back after that game against Philly. I got Tampa Bay bouncing back and going on the road and beating Seattle in that one. Give me the Bucs in that one over Seattle. Next game, Detroit Lions, Cincinnati Bengals playing in Cincinnati. There was a lot of hype for this matchup coming in until Joe Burrow suffered that turf toe injury and knocked himself out for 3 months. But I mean, if Burrow was playing, I would have probably picked the Bengals to win this game over the Lions. Because Joe Burrow offense for the Bengals is a horrible mismatch for the Lions. But as we've seen the last couple weeks, the Bengals are fucking useless without Joe Burrow. Like Jake Browning and that Bengals offense under Jake Browning has been complete ass so far. Like these last 2 weeks have shown us all that that Joe Burrow was the main thing keeping the Bengals from being a doormat in the AFC North. And I think this is going to be a pretty ugly game. I got the Lions winning this one on the road. I have Detroit winning by 7, but I think it's going to be a lot more, though. I'm just not comfortable taking that 10.5 point spread for favoring the Lions. Because I know my limits when gambling, and I play within it. So give me Detroit on the road in this one. Give me the Lions over Cincinnati to finally conquer their demons in Cincinnati. Next game, Washington Commanders, Los Angeles Chargers playing in Los Angeles. This will actually be a good matchup because Jaden Daniels is cleared and will be playing for the Commanders this Sunday. Going to be an interesting matchup between two young QBs and Justin Herbert and Jaden Daniels. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. The Commanders this year have been pretty hit or miss this year. I'm going to take the Chargers to win on the road at home in this one. Give me LA over Washington in this one. And now our next game, our Sunday night game. This Sunday night game's gonna be might actually be competitive, actually. I was about to say it's gonna be ugly, but it could be competitive, actually. New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills playing in Buffalo. Honestly, I'm surprised this matchup was the Sunday night game. Honestly, I would have probably made the Sunday night game Washington versus LA, because I think Jaden Daniels versus Justin Herbert would have been a better matchup for ratings. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, or hell, maybe even Baltimore or Houston if they were actually both competent and actually had lived up to expectations. But yeah, I think New England's going to put up a fight against Buffalo, but the Bills are going to be too much for the Patriots to handle. I got Buffalo winning this one at home. Give me the Bills at home over the Patriots in this one. And now to our last game, the Monday night game. Kansas City Chiefs, Jacksonville Jaguars playing in Jacksonville. Chiefs are now one game away from being back above 500. No, they actually are 500. Yeah, they're 500 because they're 2-2 right now. So this will put them above 500 and give them a winning record if they win against Jacksonville. Yeah, I think Jacksonville, they got a bit lucky the last couple weeks playing some pretty bad teams and playing a banged-up Niners squad. And I think this week, Jacksonville gets exposed when they have to play a real team. So with that said, I got the Chiefs winning on the road over Jacksonville in this one. Give me the Chiefs on the road against Jacksonville on Monday night. Honestly, I'm surprised Jacksonville even got a Monday night game. Usually the only primetime games they normally get is that Thursday night swap fest with Tennessee, but that's usually not till like mid-season. But yeah, pretty interesting for Jacksonville to have a Monday night game. But Kansas City's winning it though. But anyway, those are my NFL Week 5 picks. That's all I gotta say. And I'll see you all whatever I make next. I'm out.